Grandma, what are you doing?
Filling the pot with hot water so we could put the tomatoes in there and cook them up for a few seconds so we can peel the skin off. Then
Okay.
we gotta wash the tomatoes in the sink.
Gonna wash the tomatoes in the sink, alright?
Fresh looking when we bought them.
So Grandma, we are washing the tomatoes in the sink.
To rinse the dirt off of
Rinse
them.
the dirt
If there's
off.
any
Alright.
dirt, but they're pretty clean.
You have to bring a pot to a boil.
Alright, AJ.
Yes, Grandma.
Just put across there so that when they start to boil, all you gotta do is
Wait,
peel.
let me see. Put across there. Okay.
This way it's easier to peel off.
Okay. And we're just gonna put them over there.
I should have put my baker's hat on that for you.
Yeah, this is big time.
Yeah, you're not kidding. Big time is right.
So Grandma, is it very important that we hum and sing while we do this?
Oh yes,
You have to hum and sing while you do
it
this.
makes the food turn out better.
Alright. So all the tomatoes are washed.
All the tomatoes are washed.
And we're just waiting for this pot to come to a boil. So we're putting tomatoes in the water that's hot.
Put on the light so I can see what I'm doing. Tomatoes out of the boiling water
Okay.
and let them cool off a few minutes so you can peel them.
Alright. So Grandma, how do you know when it's cooked enough?
When the skin peels off very easily. See that?
Yeah, that came off very easily.
So just give it a few minutes to cool off,
Okay.
or you can dip it in cold water and work on it. That's what I usually do.
Alright, Grandma, how many tomatoes do you think I would need to buy?
Well, if you're going to the store to buy tomatoes, it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg.
Yep.
But if you have a farmer's market around there, get yourself maybe about 3 pounds,
3 pounds.
depending on the size.
Alright, thank you.
Cut the core out. Squeeze the excess water.
You don't want any of the seeds or anything?
Well, whatever seeds stays. A little bit and try and crush them in your hands. You could use a little grinder to mush them up too, you know. You want to do that?
So you're keeping it very thick.
Well,
I mean, you
just break them up.
break them up.
Break them up. That's all you got to do. You could use a little food processor and try and break them up, which is faster. You want to do that, AJ?
No.
You want to go the old-fashioned way then, huh?
Mhm. And we have to cut up an onion.
Yes, we're going to start cutting up an onion and some garlic.
Cutting up an onion and how many cloves? Okay, Grandma, what are you doing now?
Try and break down your tomatoes in little pieces.
Okay. And you're weeding out some of the stuff that's not right.
All that stuff that's kind of white in the tomatoes, you don't really need that.
Okay.
There, kind of make them look like crushed tomatoes.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we've got how many cloves of garlic was that? About 4, 5.
Four.
And then we use what kind of oil we use, Grandma?
Any good olive oil.
Any good olive oil. And we coat the bottom of the pan.
Yes, and I'm going to put a little bit of butter in there. Make it taste good. Put a little bit of oil in and butter.
Okay.
And butter.
So now we're adding the garlic.
Adding the garlic.
And we're just frying this until it gets a little golden brown.
No, I'm just gonna fry it a little bit because I don't want it to be golden brown.
Okay.
We don't have to over fry it. Now put the onion in it.
We're sauteing the onion
Yes,
and the garlic.
together.
We don't want it brown though, we just want it cooked a little bit.
Yeah, just to fry it a little bit, you know, get the flavor out of it.
So once the onion and garlic is done sauteing, you're then going to put the tomatoes in the frying pan, like so.
A little bit of crushed red pepper.
So salt, pepper, crushed red pepper,
Dash of baking soda.
dash of baking soda,
And I got some dried basil that I put in. I'm going to put fresh basil in after it's all cooked.
you're gonna do what?
Put fresh basil in after it's all cooked.
Okay.
In the meantime, I'm using my dried basil.
So that's parsley.
That's parsley.
So we're using some parsley.
I don't measure anything.
Don't measure. You go by the feel and the touch and the love of the spaghetti sauce.
Put a little bit of sugar in it. Take the bitterness out. Just a little bit. That's it.
All right, Grandma, what did you just add in there, the last thing?
I just added a little bit of bay leaves.
All right, bay leaves it is. That's a secret ingredient.
Cook for about an hour and a half. If you feel like it's well done, the tomatoes, they taste good, then turn it off.
And it's gonna cook down and simmer.
Yeah. Yeah, you won't get all that juice.
Okay. And that's the last step.
That's it.
So here's what the frying pan sauce looks like after it's cooked for about 55 minutes to an hour or so. All right, this is the final product. Bon appetit!
Bon appetit!